Welcome to Mulligan Menace. Today we're playing some Mono-Red Aggro Moon. But first, please hit that subscribe button below. Really helps out the channel, and you'll get to see new content every day. New deck list and videos posted each day. All right, let's get into this. That's a new Mono-Red list here. The whole idea is obviously you're going to be aggressive here as fast as you can. We got some new cards in here as well, so we'll quick go through the deck list. We got the Burnout Bashtronaut. The big thing on here, you've got the Menace and the Start Your Engines. So you'll be able to get in for some damage, and you'll also start your engines on this. It is able to get double strike when you hit max speed, so that is a really nice ability. And combined with Menace, you can get in for a lot of damage with this. Plus, it has that pump ability, which comes in handy. We got Burst Lightnings for some removal early on, but you can also target them to do some direct damage with that. Hired Claws, obviously, the old reliable to do quite a bit of damage at the beginning, so you want to drop that early and quick. Obviously, when you can pair them up with multiples, helps out a lot. Turn Inside Out. There's a couple different things here. You can manifest Dread when your creature dies, so that brings it back as a 2/2 on the board, which is nice, but it also has that +3 effect, which pairs well with pumping it with this pumping the Slickshot Show-Off, because this gets the +2 whenever you cast any of that. So very handy there. Get additional damage. Emberheart Challenger. Haste, Prowess. It's a great target for the Turn Inside Out because it also gives that ability to draw a card. Then you have the Hazardous, then you have the Hazoret as well. This has the Indestructible Haste, Start Your Engines. That's why you want to get your engine started earlier with like the Bashtronaut, because this thing becomes 5/3 Indestructible Haste and has that neat ability on there. Even if it can't attack or block, that target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. So something like a Bashtronaut can get in, especially if it has like a double strike, or you can actually have a creature become unblocked and then be able to turn inside out to have it be really powerful. So something like a Slickshot Show-Off, even if they have a flyer, you can get in with it by using Hazoret's ability and then turn inside out, and all of a sudden that's 6 damage coming in the air they can't block. So really strong with that. We do have the namesake card here, the Moon Slayer. 2 casting cost Menace. Non-basic lands enter tapped. That's the big ability in this. It's a 2/2. That second ability there, pay 7, put a Conquer counter on Zhao. As long as Zhao has a Conquer counter on him, non-basic lands are mountains. That ability pretty much will never get used in this. But the big thing is non-basic lands enter tapped. That's going to slow down a lot of those decks, especially the control-y builds where they rely on almost all non-basic lands. It's going to slow them down enough that you might be able to get one or even possibly 2 turns more out of your deck that they can't interact with you, and that will allow you to get in because of how aggressive this deck is. We do have one of the Witchstalker Frenzy, which is just great removal. The links as well. Players can't gain life. Great ability on that. It also deals quite a bit of damage to opponents if they have non-basic lands. A lot of times, you'll be able to do a lot of damage, and then maybe they can sweep the board, and in that case, a Lynx can finish them off because they have that many non-basic lands in play. So something like that can be really big. Nova Hellkite, great warp ability. Come in 3 mana, comes in, kills off 1 damage, or does 1 damage to a target creature, does 4 damage in the air, and then you can also cast it again for 5, obviously, when you get to that point. For the lands, 17 mountains. We got the villages here to help pump up your mouse and lizards. And then also we got additional 3 raceways to start your engines on that. Like I said, you want to get up to that 4 as fast as possible, especially with having the 2 Hazoret Godseekers in there. We also do have a 1-man land in there. Really comes in handy after they sweep the board that you can still attack in for 3 damage right away. So it's handy having that in there. All in all, pretty nice mono-red aggressive deck. This is going to be the new standard that we start seeing. This would be the non-firebending version of the mono-red deck, because you're going to be seeing the firebending version, which I'm going to be making a video on. But it is neat to see kind of how these decks evolve for mono-red. But let's get into the gameplay. All right, opponent goes first. We do have the Bastronauts. We have some removal. Let's keep it. Be nice to turn on the engine first, or early, I should say. All right, we're playing against the good old artifact synthesizer deck, it looks like. Let's just crank this up. Get some damage in. They snared him. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we got a higher claw. You can turn it inside out if they try removing it. We have 4/4, isn't it? Yep. 5/5 actually. 6/6 if they drop one. Okay, we're good for one turn. The question is, what do we want to do here? I can do this on a self-destruct. If I get a land, I can pump. Maybe that's the game plan here, and then try to burn them out. One, two, three. I can get a counter here. I can +3. I don't think that's the way. That takes 2. I mean, there's multiple. All right, let's just attack in. We can trigger this. Shoot. Go this way. Activate that ability. Again. Turn it inside out. Get in there. Target creature deals damage to them. Does manifest. Okay, they're going to start cranking creatures out here. Okay. That doesn't work out too bad for us because it can't counter. I can just pay the cost of the other one. Next, no attacks, end turn. Let's see what we got brewing here. Do we sneak out a win with this? This is going to be a nasty win if we get it. That's fine. $17 damage. Doesn't do it. Good game. Good game. All right, we go first. We got Burnout Bashtronaut or Bastronauts, Hazardous, two slick shots, a Witch Stalker. We'll keep it. Pretty good starting hand. We'll get our speed going. Let's just get this down right away. Okay, we got the roots going on. We're going to get another one of these down. They don't have a whole lot against flying. All right. Good game. All right, opponent goes first on this one. We got 3 land. We got the Burnout, Emberheart, and a Hellkite. Let's keep it. Gonna be able to start our engines fairly early here. All right, we'll get the Emberheart down. We'll get some early attacks in. They can't block that because it has Menace. We would love to draw some of our removal here so we get rid of their life gain. They're going to draw a card. Nope, can't find a removal. Oh. Guess we'll attack in. Quite a bit of damage in here. Still not enough to stop his life gain ability here. And life, 2 life there. They'll attack in, they'll gain 1 more. Draw a card. We'll be able to drop a card. Well, they didn't drop a card. What should we do here? We need to get max speed. See how they block. It's an interesting block. Actually okay with this one dying so that we can get Hazoret down. That was a smart move in blocking that. We get the damage in, so we get the speed. Swap those. Get that down, get our Hazoret down. That's unfortunate. I mean, we got a blocker with the Hellkite, but... I mean, we don't if we don't get 5 mana. I guess we warp this in. Be able to kill their Bath. We'll attack in all those. They didn't block. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we got the lightning strike to kill them next turn if they don't get enough life. Or if we draw a land, we can just Nova Hellkite. Got a lot of different options here. I was thinking this is going to be a rough matchup with all life gain, but it ended up turning out okay. That really doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, they attack in. They're up to 5, though. Alright, we can utilize that. Hellkite is not online, unfortunately. Well, that worked out okay. Well, let's... make it so they have to block our flyer. Should we do it here? Never found what we needed there. We'll do an all-out attack here. We do have our inside out. Actually, should not have targeted that. I should have targeted... I guess it really didn't matter too much, did it? I should have targeted Challenger. But I guess it didn't matter because we ended up getting... Ooh, Manifest Dread. Let's do this one. We can pump it up. Really didn't matter. They both died. Both had enough to kill their creatures, and they both died. Well, we got the Hellkite next turn here. Turn that face up. That way it has double strike and menace. Can't go after that, unfortunately. Need to double block. Yep. Taking a scoop. Any scoop on the horizon here? No. It's basically just going to be a reprisal of the last turn here. But now we can pump our Bastronauts. Oh, that's just nasty. Good game, sir. All right, this is a decent hand. We got 2 land. We got the Burnout Bastronauts for the start your engines, which is excellent. Hired Claw, Emberheart. Let's keep. 2 turn inside outs. Not too shabby. Get this down. Get the start your engines early. Let's see here. Probably going to face some removal here. They don't have removal. Okay, this is telling me they are kind of telegraphing that they have a board sweep going on here. I might be okay with that. We know they didn't have one last turn, so we might just do the plot of the Show-Off. And then drop a Hired Claw. So we can tap that creature down just by getting rid of our Hired Claw. Let's get rid of that instead, because we can get 2 damage in with this. That out. Decline. Getting a lot of damage here. Good game. All right, 3 land, Hired Claw, Show-Off. We'll keep this. Realized at the end of that last game, I actually should have kept that Bastronauts around for the extra damage. I could have sacrificed that second Bastronauts to win on the turn, get that extra 1 damage in, but didn't cost us the game. Got a Plains out. Not too worried about much. I think we just rush this out. At worst, we're going to get a Get Lost or something. I'd just rather have that versus a counter spell or something. Okay, 2 white mana. Do we got a life gain deck we're playing against here? Do this. I'm okay with trading that because I can turn inside out. Probably should have did it earlier, actually. That was a bit of a misplay. Okay, keep it for a future turn. Okay, they're going to shelter, so we fortunately have the Lightning Strike available. We do need to get 1 more land to obviously use it. You're going to gain life here, which isn't great. Really need that land. There we go. We just didn't get the additional pump, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're getting them down pretty far. Players can't gain life with the links, so that's going to be very strong. All right, good game. This deck sure does play quick. Really enjoy it. Hazoret's a fun card to play with. Definitely scares the opponents in that. Harder to turn on. I mean, obviously you got to get up to 4 speed, so you want to get to make sure that you have your engines as soon as possible. But man, is this a threat when you can get your speeds up enough. Moonslayer, pretty cool card. Menace. The Menace ability on this deck with, like, you got the Burnout and then you also got the Moonslayer. You can get in for quite a bit of damage that they just can't block because they got one creature on board. So it's really nice having that. Links, also pretty fun with that players can't gain life. Those life gain decks just, fold kind of to that. So all in all, this deck is actually really fun to play. Highly recommended. It's just has a couple new cards in here that we typically don't see, especially with the Moonslayer being the new card from the new set. So give it a whirl. Otherwise, have a fantastic day.